while I'm not a sports fan by any stretch of the imagination, I did go to a hockey game once, and it was really entertaining to watch. Not just the game itself, but the energy in the crowd. While I have a lot of gripes with sports, well, not so much sports, but more so the culture, rather, I think there's still something interesting to talk about, and what better sport to choose than hockey? Arguably the most entertaining to watch. Fighting. That's the entertaining part. But before I do that, welcome to my segment. This is Knight, and it's time to discuss the philosophy of hockey, of all things. While this could apply to many sports. Actually, no, now that I say that, it probably wouldn't apply to all of them, but I'm just going to say it applies to a bunch. So, stay tuned. Many sports have a back and forth about them. You see this with baseball, where the ball's hit back and forth, it's tossed around. You see this with volleyball, where the ball is, again, hit back and forth between the two teams. Hockey is an interesting one in that you're constantly going to and fro in every which direction, hoping to get the goal. And while I can't say I'm the most knowledgeable about hockey, what's fascinating about it is the violent aspect, where fights will break out between players because, for some reason, it's extra aggressive. Because as far as I can tell, it's not as aggressive as, say, football in the sense that you're tackling players. But maybe that's what makes the violence in hockey so much more appealing and almost entertaining in a way. While you're not supposed to, certainly it's not stopped under most circumstances, barring things getting lethal. To let out rage like that, in an environment where, while it shouldn't be allowed, but it's certainly expected and, in some cases, even condoned, it's fascinating that it even happens. Why is that the case? Simply put, that's how humans are. We allow these things to slip by, regardless of how sinful it may or may not be. As to why, again, that can also be traced back to the fact that we enjoy a good fight. We want to unleash the pent-up anger and aggression. To unleash the chaos is what allows us to bring us back into order. And given recent events at the time of recording this, unfortunately that isn't always peaceful. But at least in the case of hockey, it's in a controlled environment. While it can become more bloody and deadly at times, it still is under control. This is in the hope that, even in the moments where we're playing the game, we're going about our lives, we're doing as we should be, but when a fight breaks out, whether you take it or not, whether you engage with it or not, is ultimately irrelevant, because we should be seeking to be more peaceful as is. Of course, sometimes fighting is inevitable. Unfortunately, that is a fact of life. All that we can ask is that we're able to let it out and to move beyond such a barbaric form of expression. And again, at the time of recording this, Ukraine is being attacked by the Russian forces. Pray for Ukraine. I'm going to keep this one short because we're busy people around here. Follow our affiliate links, as always, and let's pray and hope that things change for the better in the world, and that a fight in a hockey match is the most violent part of our lives. Take care.